इन अनदर वीडियो ऑफ कंप्यूटर नेटवर्किंग स्टूडेंट। लास्ट लेक्चर में हमने गाइडेड मीडिया का टॉपिक स्टार्ट किया था, जिसमें हमने कोएक्सियल केबल का डिटेल स्टडी किया एंड उसके बाद हमने एडवांटेजेस एंड डिसएडवांटेजेस स्टडी किए कोएक्सियल केबल का। नेक्स्ट गाइडेड मीडिया है फाइबर ऑप्टिक केबल, ठीक है, तो उसका हम डिटेल स्टडी करेंगे आज के इस वीडियो लेक्चर में। तो शुरू करते हैं आज का वीडियो। So third type of guided media is the optical fiber. So in optical fiber, the data is transferred in the form of light. So in that, thin glass or plastic threads are used to transmit the data using light waves. So that is called as a optical fiber. So light emitting diodes, that is LEDs, or laser diodes, that is LDs, will use to emit the light waves at the source, which is read by the detector एट द अदर एंड। सो इसमें जो वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल है ऑप्टिकल फाइबर का, तो उसमें जो लाइट वेव्स है दैट इज़ LEDs यूज एट द वन एंड टू ट्रांसमिट द डेटा। जैसे ट्रांसमीटर साइड से अगर हमें डेटा ट्रांसमिट करना है, एंड इफ़ यू यूज़ द ऑप्टिकल फाइबर, दैट इज़ इन शॉर्ट इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज OFC, ऑप्टिकल फाइबर केबल। सो एट द ट्रांसमीटर एंड यूज़ द LED light or the laser is also used, and at the receiver side the data will be transmitted in the form of light waves. So this is the simple working principle of the optical fiber cables. So the optical fiber cables has a bundle of such threads or fibers bundled together in a protective covering, ठीक है। तो अभी हम उसका कंस्ट्रक्शन देखेंगे। So each fiber is made up of 3 layers, starting with the innermost layer. So there are 3 layers in the optical fiber cable, and these cables are bundled together in a protective covering or the coating which is made of a plastic. तो अभी हम उसका कंस्ट्रक्शन देखते हैं किस तरह से OFC केबल का। So there are 3 layers in optical fiber cable. First layer is a core, second will be the cladding is there, and third one is the outer coating is there. So core which is made of high quality silica glass or plastic. तो ये जो core है, through that the light waves will be transmitted. So this core is made of a silica glass, or it is made of a high quality plastic. So one of the metal is used to form this core, which can be a glass or it can be a plastic material will be used to make this core. So after that core, second layer will be the cladding, which is made of a high quality silica or plastic with a lower refractive index than the core. तो core से इसका जो refractive index रहेगा RI, that will be a less for cladding, and which is also made of the silica glass or plastic material. So that is the second layer, which is the outer layer of the core. So it is shown by this white color. Third layer will be the protective, that is the outer covering, which is called as a buffer also. So that is a coating. So here it is shown by the green color. So that is the protective cover which is made of a plastic. So these are the 3 layers for the optical fiber cable, and second figure is the front view of this optical fiber cable. In that, first is core, second one will be the cladding, which is shown in by the white color, third one is the outer coating which shown by the blue color. So the optical fiber cable is made of these 3 layers. So this is the simple construction of optical fiber cable. So in which you have to note that both the cores and claddings are made of similar material, ठीक है। तो इसमें जो cores and cladding के लिए जो material use होता है, which is the silica glass and plastic material, both the materials are same to manufacture the inner core and this outer cladding. So both the materials are same, however the difference is that refractive index of the cladding is lower, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे cladding का जो refractive index है RI, that will be a less than the core, and stray light wave trying to escape the core is reflected back due to the total internal reflection. So here total internal reflection principle will be used of a light in optical fiber cables. So in that, the light wave which are escaping the core will again reflect back due to the internal reflection, and that light will be travel from one end to the other end. So that is the optical fiber cable. So these optical fiber cables is rapidly replacing the copper wires in telephone lines, internet communication, and even cable TV connection, because transmitted data can travel very long distance without weakening. ठीक है, तो ये एक मेन एडवांटेज है ऑप्टिकल फाइबर केबल का. दैट्स वाई ऑप्टिकल फाइबर केबल रिप्लेसेस दिस कोएक्सियल केबल और द कॉपर वायर्स which is used in telephone lines, internet communication and even cables for the TV connection. ठीक है, तो TV कनेक्शन के लिए जो केबल्स पहले आते थे RGB which is made of copper, ठीक है, तो वो अभी रिप्लेस हो गए HDMI केबल से या ऑप्टिकल फाइबर केबल से OFC. ठीक है, तो OFC का भी एक अलग से सॉकेट कनेक्शंस आता है टीवी में. ठीक है, तो आप वो भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं टू कनेक्ट योर म्यूज़िक सिस्टम. देन high definition set top box for dish TV, so it also has a connection of a OFC, so that can be replace these copper wires with the OFC, because the signals are transmitted to a very long distance by using this optical fiber cable without weakening the signal. For a single node of optical fiber cable can have a maximum segment length up to 2 किलोमीटर. ओके, तो सिंगल नोड जो फाइबर है तो उससे मैक्सिमम 2 किलोमीटर का डिस्टेंस सिग्नल आप सेंड कर सकते हो विदाउट वीकिंग, एंड द बैंडविड्थ अप टू 100 Mbps, दैट इज मेगाबिट्स पर सेकंड. सो मल्टी नोड फाइबर ऑप्टिकल केबल कैन हैव अ मैक्सिमम सेगमेंट ऑफ 100 किलोमीटर. इफ यू यूज द multiple node fiber optic cable, so the distance goes on increasing, which can be 100 kilometer and the bandwidth up to 2 Gbps, that is gigabits per second. So bandwidth is also increasing if you use the multi-mode fiber optic cables. So these are the some points regarding the optical fiber cable. Then we'll see the advantages of optical fiber cable and the disadvantages. So first we start with the advantages. So first advantage is high bandwidth. तो जैसे अभी देखा हमने कि जैसे डिस्टेंस इंक्रीज होगा एंड जिस तरह से सिंगल या मल्टी मोड ऑप्टिकल फाइबर केबल यूज़ होगा, डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट द बैंडविड्थ इज ऑल्सो इंक्रीज. सो इन ऑप्टिकल फाइबर केबल द बैंडविड्थ इज़ वेरी हाई एज कम्पेयर टू द कॉपर वायर्स और कॉपर केबल्स. सेकंड वन, इम्यूनिटी टू इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंटरफेरेंस, बिकॉज ऑप्टिकल फाइबर में जो डेटा ट्रांसमिट हो रहा है वो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लाइट ट्रांसमिट हो रहा है, एंड लाइट हैज़ अ वेरी लेस इम्यूनिटी टू द इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंटरफेरेंस और अ ज़ीरो इम्यूनिटी. ओके, सो दैट्स वाई दिस इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंटरफेरेंस और नॉइस हैज़ अ वेरी लेस इफेक्ट ऑन द ऑप्टिकल फाइबर केबल एज कम्पेयर टू द कॉपर वायर्स और कोएक्सियल और द ट्विस्टेड पेयर केबल्स. नेक्स्ट वन, सूटेबल फॉर इंडस्ट्रियल एंड नॉइसी एरियाज़. ठीक है, तो जैसे अभी देखा हमने कि इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंटरफेरेंस का जो इफ़ेक्ट है वो कम होता है ऑप्टिकल फाइबर केबल्स में, क्योंकि जो डेटा ट्रांसमिट हो रहा है वो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लाइट वेव ट्रांसमिट हो रहा है. सो इट इज़ सूटेबल फॉर इंडस्ट्री एंड द नॉइसी एरियाज़. एंड द लास्ट वन, सिग्नल कैरिंग डाटा कैन बी ट्रैवल लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस विदाउट वीकिंग. तो जैसे अभी हमने देखा कि हम सिंगल मोड एंड मल्टी मोड फाइबर यूज़ करेंगे, सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट द डिस्टेंसेस ऑफ फॉर द सिग्नल ट्रैवल विल गोज ऑन इंक्रीजिंग विदाउट वीकिंग द सिग्नल स्ट्रेंथ. सो दैट इज़ ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द advantage of this optical fiber cable. Then we'll see some of the disadvantages of optical fiber cable. So in that, despite a long segment length and high bandwidth, using optical fiber may not be viable option for everyone due to some of the disadvantages. ठीक है, तो जैसे अभी देखा हमने कि लेंथ एंड बैंडविड्थ जो है ऑप्टिकल फाइबर केबल का वो हाई and signal can be travel for the long distance, or it can be used for long distance communication also, but it offers some of the disadvantages also. So first one is the optical fiber cables are expensive. ठीक है, तो optical fiber cable का जो initial cost it is very high, so that is also one of the disadvantage of this optical fiber cable. Second one, the technology required for manufacturing, installing and maintaining optical fiber cables is also costly. So इसका जो maintenance है और जो technology है for manufacturing this cladding core, which is made of a plastic, or it can be made of a silica, that is a glass. So that technology and also installation and maintenance of optical fiber cable is also difficult. So that is also one of the disadvantage of this optical fiber cable. Third disadvantage is light waves are unidirectional. ठीक है, तो जैसे हम देखा कि लाइट वेव जो है वो एक ही डायरेक्शन में ट्रैवल होता है. सो दैट्स वाई टू फ्रीक्वेंसीज आर रिक्वायर्ड फॉर फुल डुप्लेक्स ट्रांसमिशन. अगर फुल डुप्लेक्स कम्युनिकेशन या ट्रांसमिशन करना है मीन्स इट इज़ अ टू वे कम्युनिकेशन. Means transmitter can also send and the receiver can also send the data, that is a full duplex communication at a same time. So in that the light waves are unidirectional, so therefore two frequencies are required for this vice and versa transmission, that is from transmitter to the receiver and from receiver to the transmitter. So that's why two frequencies are required. So that is also one of the disadvantages of this optical fiber cable. Next type is infrared. So in infrared, low frequency infrared waves are used for very short distance communication like TV remote and the wireless speaker or the automatic doors, handheld devices. So infrared is also one of the type of media. So in that very low frequency or very low infrared waves are used for short distance communication like in TV remote. So in TV remote the communication will be happen due to this infrared rays, or it is also used in wireless speaker, in automatic doors. So infrared signal can propagate within a room but cannot penetrate the wall. This is also one of the disadvantage of this infrared waves. It cannot penetrate the wall. So whenever the obstacle will become in between these infrared rays, so the signal will be stopped at that time. So however, due to use of this short range, it is considered to be one of the most secure transmission mode. So this infrared will be come along the unguided media, which is the second type of transmission media. So here we'll see the electromagnetic spectrum of light. So in that different waves have a different bandwidth. So first one is the radio waves are there, then after that these microwaves are there, then there is the infrared radiation जो अभी हमने देखा, which is used for very short communication. Then visible light is there, then ultraviolet light, that is called as UV radiation is there. Then next type is the X-rays, and last one is the gamma rays. So these are the different waves of electromagnetic spectrum, so that can be differentiated depending on the wavelengths of lights. तो आज का ये वीडियो लेक्चर हम यही एंड करते हैं. नेक्स्ट वीडियो लेक्चर में हम रेडियो वेव्स का डिटेल स्टडी करेंगे. सो थैंक यू.